I am Director of Information Technology in New Delhi Municipal Council, and I've been there for about 2 years. Before that, I was in Municipal Corporation of Delhi, and primarily I went to Municipal Corporation of Delhi to computerize and make online the property tax filing system, in which e-Government Foundation Manu Srivastava was our partner. So when we did the property tax system, we realized how important it is to computerize things and makes it available to citizens. Citizens should not be coming to government offices at all. That should be an exception. And what we realized after doing it, that there were 10 lakh property tax owners, and for filing property tax return, which is once in a year, an average citizen was coming to the offices 5 times. And still he was finding it difficult because the forms were quite complicated and there were a lot of factors, parameters that go into property tax. Citizen is not bothered. I live in this place and this is my age. My property has been with me for so many years. What is the tax? You tell me. But here the form was so complicated that you should know, if you are living in Lajpat Nagar, what is the per square meter rate of your property tax. If your property is from 1950, your factor is this much, and so on and so forth, so many things. And what happens when things are complicated? When things are complicated, you go to middlemen or so-called experts. They might rip you off. You might end up paying much more in addition to the taxes that you pay. What happens when you computerize things and make it simple for citizens? They do it in seconds. They do it at their homes. And it is good for environment. We did a rough calculation. I will not say it's a good calculation, but if one person is not coming to government office and there are 10 lakh such people, you can imagine how much of fuel can be saved, which is such a big contribution to environment. So today things are moving ahead, but they should speed up because environment is not having too much in store. You saw today's newspaper, 5,000 megawatts of power. Where is it coming from? Okay, there are good lights in this hall, but where is it coming from? We are burning carbon fuel. We are burning our reserves. There is not much of renewable that is into the grid coming. And as Gandhiji said, that there is enough for our needs but not for our greeds. And we should live on the interest, we should not eat into our bank balance. So actually, I thought it was a misprint saying I am director of Smart Grid. We are also doing Smart Grid. So I prepared a presentation on Smart Grid, but anyway, it is relevant and it will be interesting to you. New Delhi Municipal Council is one of the 3 local bodies in Delhi. One is Municipal Corporation of Delhi, which is the biggest. It is second largest in the world after Tokyo. NDMC is very small and it was made purposely to cater to the Lutyens Delhi because of its specific requirements and a VIP area. One of the functions of NDMC is electricity distribution. It's a deemed licensee and it distributes electricity, which is in India, not many municipal corporations would be doing this. This is our vision. With the demands on electricity increasing, we have to find out ways to reduce outages as well as to reduce consumption so that we can be safer in future. There are not too many outages next year and then on next year. And quality of electricity is also becoming issue. We are buying more and more of equipments which are very, very sensitive to electric fluctuations. We have microwaves, TVs, and these electronic equipments are, but the network that carries the electricity is not, so to say, the information technology is not embedded in the network that brings electricity to us. Electricity flows, but the parameters, but the health of the network is not being monitored. So this is a very new concept, smart grid, and it is only in the initial phases. We are also we have formed a strategy and we'll work upon it. So today's grid is fragmented, compartmentalized. There's one-way communication. I don't know how much are you consuming at this point of time. Only once in a month the meter reader goes and he brings in the reading. So we know you have consumed this much and we bill. And it does not utilize the renewable sources like solar. If you have rooftop, on your rooftop you have solar panels and you want to pump in the electricity to the grid and be given the credit for the electricity that you've generated, that is not possible today. How much of electricity is coming from hydro electric sources or windmills or solars, that we don't know. It is carbon intensive. But future smart grid would be highly integrated, interconnected. It will have two-way communication. I'll give you an example. If we have installed a smart meter at your residence, then I know how much you are consuming at any point. If you are going beyond the maximum permitted to you, I can disconnect your connection at any time if you have not paid. Suppose there is a increase in the demand of the electricity at say 7 p.m. today. What I will do is I will black out a certain portion of the city. So I should not be doing that. What I can do is, using the smart meters and switches, I can cut off the load, heavy loads like AC loads for you, but not blackout, but not put you off the power. So that these kind of grids are possible. So this is about NDMC, about then this is about the network infrastructure. We formed a smart grid vision. We have partnered with Infosys and they are doing this work for us. And we formed a mission. We have analyzed our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and the threats that we have, because any new technology, like you have seen, is very difficult to implement, especially in government. IT people in government will vouch for this, that they fight a very, very lonely battle. There is only resistance and resistance from all corners, and implementing any such thing is tough. So I will not take much of your time giving you technical stuff, but what needs to be done with today's electricity is that you need to put devices and sensors at all the places where faults can occur, for example, on transformers, they blow up and you don't know that the load was too much on it. So it can tell you back that load is getting too much, don't add further load on it. And if the temperatures have gone up, so you can save the transformer from dying, and you can save other equipments from getting damaged. You can save money on that, and you can ensure more reliable power to the consumers. So these are the intervention areas that we have all chalked out, and very soon we will be starting on the NDMC smart grid to fulfill and to meet our objectives. This is the roadmap for next 10 years that we have formed. We have also analyzed what are the risk factors that we have. These are typically the same as it happens with any other IT project. Other initiatives that we have taken in NDMC is that we are mapping everything on GIS. So for properties, every property, all the services will converge on every property. This we have almost done, and we'll be opening it up very soon. That whether you have water connection or electricity connection, or you are paying property tax, or you are paying any other fees, or you have garbage service point. So all things will merge on the premises, and we'll be providing a single home page to all the consumers, so that he can see everything. If I am to pay property tax, I have to pay electricity, I will be seeing it there, I will be making payments from there, I will be registering grievances from there and seeing the responses there. So my interaction with NDMC as a citizen will be restricted on a single page. That's what we aim for, a single window to citizen, and not the window in the office, but on the web. Thank you.